Good morning and happy Mother's Day. This is Sean Schwanner. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I don't always give my mother a shout out, but today is a special day. So I just want to tell her thank you for giving me life. I want to thank you for giving me courage and strength and convictions. Mom, you've been gone for 6 years and I miss you every day. Okay. Um, but also, I want to let you all know that I didn't have just one mother. I had really, as far as I'm concerned, I had three mothers. Here's my mom. That's her best friend. That's Irma Jean. And that's Irma Jean's mother. That's Mama Green. You've heard me talk about her before. That's Mama Green's son, Leo, who I consider to be my brother. That's his best friend, Jerry. And this is his wife, Gloria. And this is Jason. This is the cover of my book, Dear Mama. And these three women here, I've always considered to be the three queens. These three queens were built with strength. They were three of the strongest women I've ever known. They were tender-hearted, they were kind, and they were strong. They weren't the ones to mess around with, but they certainly were great at building confidence in me. They worked tirelessly to give me the conviction and the strength to have courage, the strength to believe in myself, a self-concept, self-esteem. Those three women did everything they could do for me. And in return, although I'm not perfect and I've had a lot of problems, I do try to be the best person I can be. And for their sake, I've always tried to be the best. My mom, my greatest goal, if you really know me, you know that one of my greatest goals in this lifetime has just been simply to make my mother proud. If I can make my mother proud, I will have done a great thing. My mother, she came from very humble beginnings and was able to overcome some of the most dire circumstances that you can ever imagine. This, of course, it's written in the book. And in her making it, it gave me the strength to know that if she can do it, I can do it. And they gave me great gifts. You know, I thank my three queens. However, there's been great teachers along the way. I've had great friends. Oh my goodness, I've had so many friends that it's impossible to know who and how many. And you know, after 33 years of teaching, I know that I've had 20,000 students at this point in time, and every single one of them in their own way has meant something good to me. So as I start to reflect, you know, my career is coming to an end as far as a professor, probably about 10 years or so, excuse me. I have about 10 years, maybe 15 years left, but I really want to work through Hope Works because I much prefer working with people who are stuck. You know, I've been stuck. I got myself unstuck, and now great things are starting to happen. But what I'm issuing today is a 50-day challenge. I would like to have 10 people join me over the next 50 days in a process of becoming unstuck. Because I know that times are hard with this COVID-19 that's taking place right now, and with the $2 trillion in stimulus checks for people who are struggling, for small businesses trying to stay open. You know, a lot of people have been struggling. I mean, we have an unemployment rate of 14.7%. Are you serious? That's the highest rate since the Great Depression. And people are scared. People are wondering what to do. I have a lot of part-time gigs. I work at Primerica. I make money doing that. I write. I lecture. I speak. All these different things. And I make sure that I have this cash flow. However, one thing that I always listen to is even in the face of some financial struggles. Oh, side note. I just want to tell my two beautiful daughters to let their mother know to have a happy Mother's Day too, because you two are great. Right? Back to it. So one of the things that one of the people I listen to often is Bob Proctor, and he is one of the law of attraction type of people. He always says that we all have a higher frequency that we belong to. Right? We're caught here in this everyday world, this trap where we're supposed to be a certain way. We're supposed to behave a certain way at work, in our relationships, etc., etc. We get all tied down into, you know, financial matters. We get tied in with work matters, with social matters, and what's really waiting for us, we don't manifest. So if we work daily in little increments or sometimes big increments on developing those habits of success, and we realize that there's a higher frequency waiting for us. You see, people like, what was his name? Jim Carrey once wrote a check to himself for $5 million because he knew that even though he didn't make the money, there was $5 million waiting for him. Right? When we were at Primerica, we were asked, everyone write a check for what you want your annual income to look like, because that is there. Everything that you want in this life is waiting for you. It already exists, but it exists at a plane and a frequency that oftentimes is beyond what we consider in our day-to-day life because we get so caught up in the rat race. Robert Kiyosaki makes that argument, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So if we're going to get to a higher frequency, right? One, you got to let God's will prevail. That's one thing we have to do. Two, you have to know that it's already there. Because if it's already there, then it's just your job to manifest the greatness that's in you. Right? The law of attraction is tied to this idea of the law of vibration. In other words, everything in the world is energy. And you are energy. I mean, your body is a massive energy. So in your mind is energy. So if you can match your mind and your body to the energy that's around you, to that frequency that you belong to, then great things will manifest because the great things already exist. Right? Now our job is to find the habits, those daily habits that will help us manifest that frequency. Right? So if you put yourself in the frequency, you've heard Buddha talk about the flow. That's what the flow is you having connection with your energy, with your spirit, with your being, and connecting that with the frequency that is awaiting you. Once you manifest and you match those frequencies, great things start to happen. And that's how it happens. It's very simple. So when we're developing habits, my good friend Annette told me last year when I was working at Primerica, I'm still working there now, one of the things that she said is you have to give up to move up. And I went through a period where I gave up something very significant. And in giving that up, all of a sudden, the things at Primerica started to manifest. Rankings moved up, my income moved up, my team became stronger. A lot of beautiful outcomes took place, right? Well, I'm at that place again. And what I'm giving up, I'm definitely giving up those people that bring me down, right? If you're not bringing some kind of joy into my life, it doesn't mean I don't love you, and it doesn't mean I'm upset with you. It just means that if you're not in that frequency that I need to move forward, then I can't have you destroying my frequency, right? So I love you, right? I don't have any animosity towards you, but I can guarantee that the people that are going to be on this team are the ones who are in the process of manifestation. That's one. Two, I'm going to give up alcohol for the next 50 days for sure. Develop that habit and give it up permanently, right? That's very important. The other part I'm going to do, I'm going back to my Mediterranean keto diet. I lost 25 pounds after I had my stroke. I had 2 strokes this year. I had one on January 14th. It was a minor one. I got to the hospital within 30 minutes, and they said it could have been a life-saving decision to go directly to the hospital instead of going to teach my class. The second one was in February, and I had gone on this Mediterranean keto diet where I became healthier. My weight dropped. I lost 25 pounds. I've gained a couple here recently because the social distancing and the quarantine. You know, I'm not out active like I had been, but I'm going back to the eating habits. I'm giving up the alcohol, and I'm building a team. And what I'm looking for are 10 people who are willing to go through transformation, because it's not for me. There's only one person that can transform you, and that's you. I used to tell my students when I'd come in, I can't teach you anything. I learned that from Len Jordan at Denison University, a professor. He'd walk into class, the first thing he said, you know, there's nothing I can teach you. The only person in this room that can teach you is yourself. You're the one that has to do the homework. You're the one that has to do the reading, not me. He said, so you do what the structure asks you to do, and you certainly will, you will thrive. So I'm at the point where I'm moving from survival to thriving. And in that process, right, in that process, I'm doing the same thing. Okay, I'm making sure that I get those habits right. I get sure that I make the right team, and I make sure that I follow Len's advice, right? No one else can transform me. It's in my soul and my heart to transform me, just like it's in yours. And I have a 21-day plan. We're going to execute it for 50. I know that's ironic, but the plan is a very simple one. And moving forward, we're going to look at, starting tomorrow, the 11th of May, the day after Mother's Day, 50 days will be June 30th. So we start July 1 heading towards our own personal revolution, our own personal independence. And I'll tell you what, when we get there, we're going to bring other people with us. I wish you a great day. This is Sean Schwanner. Hope Works Live. Thank you for watching.